of course, they're always going to be, but Liverpool are still going in the Champions League, but they now face a make-or-break game against Napoli. At home is the good news. We saw how they were pressing, desperate to get a point out tonight, Craig, but it's going to be another special night at Anfield, isn't it?
Look, because it's at Anfield, you can...
1-0 is enough, sorry. 1-0 is enough, that's all they need.
Yeah, because the special nights this club's been able to recreate time and time again at this special ground gives you hope straight away. This Napoli team's a very good team. They're outstanding team with Hamsik, and they have a lot of very good footballers. But it is Anfield. And Napoli players will be aware of that as well. Once this crowd gets going, it's just the experience of the crowd fills you with a Liverpool fan, even though it was a tough game, and I felt the Red Star game, as soon as they lost that, it was going to come back to haunt them. Because the PSG game, listen, they're an outstanding team. You don't go and spend 200 million near enough each on Mbappe and Neymar. They're
Sounds ridiculous.
They're a talented football team and a difficult. They're going to be a game for anyone, especially on their home patch. I thought Liverpool done okay today. Had a lot of possession, didn't quite create the chances that we know they're capable of, especially with the forward line they have. But then you have to give credit to PSG, and on a counter-attack of Mbappe, they're always dangerous, so you couldn't just throw everyone at them. Like I said, the Red Star one was the one. That was the disappointing result, especially losing, with the loss is huge. Because you knew then, I always looked at, even in the group, the Napoli game, especially at home, was always going to be the game. Always going to be the deciding game because of the quality of the three teams in the group. It's very rare you get the quality of Napoli, PSG, Liverpool all in the same group. So I knew it was going to be a tough ask, but I have a lot of confidence because it's Liverpool and they're at Anfield.
Were you surprised, though, with actually the selection defensively today? Because you can look at it with Lovren, because how they've progressed, they haven't been playing the best so far this season, but defensively, they've been solid. So managed to stay in the games, where today you kind of disrupt that. You bring in Lovren, the more experience. But then when you look at the team they're up against, the pace up front. So playing Gomez right, where I think Gomez is a better centre-half, adds pace. Trent Alexander-Arnold, more pace.
I think it's probably more to do with Neymar. Neymar being there, probably. Trent Alexander, he's still learning the game a lot. He's a terrific player. I think he's an outstanding footballer. I'd always pick Gomez ahead of Lovren to play in the centre, of course, but my concern would have been more probably Neymar. So Gomez I can understand, and with Trent Alexander, it's more to do with the fact that
I'm glad it's not only me that was struggling on the
game. I always struggle with always. But he's young.
It is.
To play
he struggled also at the Red Star. He wasn't
that level to be able to repeat that performance week in, week out, because he's been asked to play Champions League, and the position he plays, the amount of running that he has to do and the high intensity, it's going to take him another year to be able to say, off you go, you can play week in, week out. That Gomez is just a little bit older, more defensive-minded, especially, like I said, because, all right, you can cause them problems there, but away from home, like at Liverpool, say, for instance, it was great, just send them on. Yeah. Neymar won't track. He won't track, but we're at Anfield, we're at home, let's put the pressure on them. Away from home, I would probably still be a little bit cautious, especially PSG, knowing for the fact Neymar ain't going to track back. So when they win in transition, and they're going to hit him. So I don't think I don't think the selection was the problem. I just thought, one, it's a tough game. PSG are an outstanding football team. But they just struggle to create those opportunities, those goal-scoring opportunities.
See, I'm thinking, for me, just watching them all season, that partnership between them that they're building, they're working off each other. When I'm watching the game today, I'm seeing more, not that partnership, more individuals reacting to play. Yeah. So that's where I think I would have put Gomez in there at centre-half.
Yeah, no, and listen, everyone would say this. I think Liverpool's, best back four would be, you look at the right back, you'd definitely go Trent Arnold. Is it Trent Arnold? Just got me all over the place. Trent Alexander-Arnold. Centre-back Gomez, then Van Dijk, then Robertson. That would be.
But it's true that if you play away and you don't have to make an amazing effort going up front, because you got so many players up front already with the three strikers plus in the middle. if you got Alexander go, just go forwards because he's young. You can see. I'm not saying that Gomez is not, but he's been playing the centre back. So the mentality that he's got right now is more about defending than going forward.
Yeah.
Before, no, I saw him a couple of years ago. He was playing on the right side. He was going forward all the time. But at the moment, he's more focused on defending, on keeping the position. I think that was totally agree with Craig because Neymar is there. So try to hold. If you can go forward a couple of times, that'll be enough. But try to keep the position.
But we do have to remember he has done it in the Champions League. Man City last season, he was outstanding. So he has done it in those big games as well.
Yeah, but every game is totally different. And at the end, when you know that Paris Saint-Germain has to go against you, has to go forward to you, you know that you're going to struggle. You have to hold him over there. Against Manchester City, you know that you're going to keep the ball. You're not going to have a lot of space in the back because they normally keep the ball. Against Paris Saint-Germain, you know that the space. The first goal arrived exactly like that. It was a wall pass in the middle, lot of space. That was the problem against today. Same happened the week before against Red Star. Lot of space between the defense and the midfield, and they know how to use that kind of space. Mbappe, Cavani gets in the middle. Even Berratti arrived to these kind of spaces, and then the transition forward they do it so well and so fast. So at the end, what he was trying to look is for that holding position at the back.
Have you? I know you're still involved with the club and you see a lot of Liverpool games. Have you detected a difference in the way that Liverpool play this season? Because it's been the subject of conversation. They're not so gung-ho. They're not so attack-minded. They've tried to find more defensive stability, which makes them. Doesn't necessarily take away because their position in the league tells you otherwise, but people think they're not as fluid.
Well, I guess it was about trying to find the balance. The previous year, it was about going forward, scoring goals, but receiving also a lot of goals. And I think what the manager or the club has been trying to look is for that kind of balance. Okay, we can score goals because we got a lot of talent up front. Mane, Firmino, Salah, Sturridge. We got so many talents. Shaqiri also during the summer transfer. But we're going to try to. We brought Van Dijk, we brought Gomez, that it was like a new signing because after the injury, so we needed someone like him. And we're trying to balance a little bit the team, also with a proper holding midfielder. We got Henderson, Fabinho when he's been there, he's been fantastic. Try to get in front of the line of four, and at the end you can let the ones at the front go forward and try to do what they know what to do, but also don't receive in the goal because they are games where the team used to struggle. You go forward, and against Red Star, it happens again. A line of 5 strikers up front, but you leave a lot of space at the back. So I think that balance is what they've been trying to do to, yes, continue scoring goals, but don't forget that if you receive the goal, then you're going to struggle because you have problems when the team is too compact at the back.